elmai dorayo yam lagyo noroe satune meroe bizore borayai yameshe o sallara mona diya mai borayo piyari ardi doroe satune meroe Varare niramala nirayamena o nadina munayam variyoro bhimusaru talavatala vinore satture meroe o satture meroe
They must have come upon it like this, the instant dream of weary caravan travelers wending their way from Central Asia across vast stretches of the Thar Desert in Rajasthan. A city out of nowhere, Jaisalmer. The ramparts are like a sweeping sandstorm congealed in motion. So similar is the color of the stone and the sand, and the color of the sun and the camel. This is the poetry of Jaisalmer, heightened by the music of the Mangnihars. Its history dates back to 1156 AD, when Raja Jaisal laid these foundations, abandoning his earlier capital of Ludurva 10 miles away. This Trikuta, or triangular hill, rising to 250 feet, must have seemed safer from attack, easier to fortify. But the secret of its birth was water. Water in the desert means life, and its availability must have made this point an ideal halting place for the caravans, heavy with merchandise, which plied between India and Central Asia, Africa and Arabia. A succession of rulers for 1,000 years, when the original band of Bhatti Rajputs came down from the Punjab. They carved out a kingdom for themselves by the prosperous caravanserai. Their bards sang of a royal ancestry, connecting them in legend to the Yadav clan of Sri Krishna of Dwarka. You enter, and over the cobbled alleyways unfolds a medieval Indian city. Fortifying in the desert meant narrow lanes to keep out the sun, to cast the long shadows, to huddle in safety and yet keep the cool. You wind your way upwards beneath the slender overhanging balconies, onwards to the summit of the city and of power, the fort, which once housed a living palace. The cupolas that you see belong to the Jain temples built between the 12th and 15th centuries by prosperous merchants. There lies my desert kingdom, is what Raja Jaisal and the many after him must have said, looking out of the palace window. And there it lay, a habitat of flat rooftops, crowding together, seemingly unplanned. But there was nothing haphazard about its planning. Down the paved alleyways, living was organized into mohallas, or communities of professions and crafts. Here is Nathmal's home, or Haveli as it is called, the pride of Jaisalmer's stone carvers. Built in the mid-19th century, its carving has a restless, feverish quality about it, as if the stone sought to become as fragile as the sand. It was carved by two brothers, the right half by one and the left by another, in such a way that not a single motif of the one was repeated by the other. The elevation of the Havelis was worked out in meticulous detail, not on parchment, but on the yellow sandstone itself. Here is a surviving specimen, a miniaturized elevation, giving you an exact feel of the final structure. Patwon Ki Haveli goes up to 5 carved stories, and today houses a fairy tale school for children. Wealth there must have been in plenty to build and support so elaborate a city. Apart from the levies charged to the visiting caravans, trade must have been brisk and extensive. And the people. You look at them and you understand what civilization means, how it grows out of centuries of experience, of necessity. The colors have been tested against the sun and the stone and the sand through many generations, defying the desert. So has the music, pouring out of the souls of the people, filling the silence of the desert. Ornamentation was a part of everyday living, whether of the camel, or the woman, or the man, or the sword he used, or the door he walked through. Working and living was housed together. The excellence of the craft came through an uninterrupted dedication from childhood. Masala mixers embedded in the floor, shelves in the mud walls, the mud speckled with mica, cupboards of ceramic, 100 skills painfully acquired. From the people to the palace, still the home of the last ruler, haunted by a living past. But what of the civilization? Will it be crushed in the sand by the process of modernization? Or will it be carried along to its future, from the city that Jaisal built?
Te to basoni